So we're nearly there now. I'd just like to summarise quickly and plan some next steps before Toby tells us how well he thinks we adults have done as stewards of the world that his generation will inherit. Now, in a sentence, our proposal is to support unemployed people to construct applications for international funding to build a new global industry to convert carbon emissions and waste cyclically into food and fuel. And if we don't start converting our outputs back into our inputs, then as I said before, I really see no other sustainable solution. Now hopefully, I've shown you that this proposal resolves many urgent problems, delivers massive potential benefits, and is highly plausible so that it really should be explored. Now let's quickly list some of the economic benefits. Now the system that we have identified would reduce waste processing costs, produce additional biogas, resolve the problem of invasive species in shipped seawater, increase the value of reclaimed land. See, desert currently retails at around £1 an acre. Reclaim that for agroforestry, real estate or ecotourism, and it becomes worth millions of pounds an acre. Then there is the value of the resulting food and fuel, and the jobs that would be created, project management, publicity, diplomacy, international sustainability consultancy, import-export, pipework and heavy engineering, ecotourism. See, if we were to lead world recovery, we could probably employ the whole of the UK several times over. Now, the benefits of business participation include improved trading conditions and attracting customers who like to place their business with the companies who exercise their corporate responsibility most effectively. We plan to move ahead in 3 principal phases. Firstly, planting a line of trees from the East Anglian coasts to an inland reservoir to fight coastal erosion, reduce drought in the region, and prove the project concept. Now, secondly, we want to use domestic wastewater in Spain to conserve coastal forest whilst doing the detailed analysis and planning for the final phase, which is tankering wastewater to Africa to create new rainforests, reduce global CO2 levels, and grow food and energy crops. So in moving forward, these are the sorts of hurdles we have to overcome. Now when you apply it to a particular fund, because of the amount of competition, the chances of success are around 1 in 30. So that means that we have to build significant numbers of teams, all identifying funding sources and constructing applications that meet the fund objectives. Now during that time, those unemployed volunteers still need to put bread on their families' tables. And funders typically give 50 to 75% of a project costs. So they're doubling or quadrupling your match funding. But that means that if you have nothing to contribute, then nothing doubled or quadrupled is still nothing. So these are the ways in which you can help. You could publicly call for grant funding to be allocated to exploring this option, or give a small regular contribution to help offset the volunteer expenses or help create a match fund. You could consider suitably qualified team members for any part-time or temporary vacancies that arise from time to time, or evaluate whether the offering that indirectly helps fund our work will also benefit your business. You could consider bringing your call centre operations back to the UK, because that would create employment, take people off the dole, put money in the pockets of consumers, stimulate spending on British business, support UK customers with speakers of their own language. Or you could simply encourage your staff to nurture saplings for our East Anglia project. Any of these would really help move the project forward. So just to get the ball rolling, who would be willing to have a conversation outside of this meeting to consider the business case for any of these actions